Well, all right, welcome to another edition of the Hellion Rocks. We got a very special guest today, Mr. Stacey Blades. How you doing, buddy?
How you doing, James?
Oh, excellent. Keeping the rock alive. We're sitting here doing some writing. Saw some new intro for you coming out, and we just decided to give you a shout and let's talk about it.
Right on. Fire away.
Sure. All right. One of the things that I saw was a comment that just stuck in my head.
Yes.
And because your new shit is so off the hook, it's the best songs that STP, the Cult, GNR never wrote. That's an awesome quote right there.
Yeah. That just came to me one day. I was just like, how can I sum this up without sounding pretentious, Now this new material, it actually started off as a session that Andy Johnson called me about probably about a month ago, maybe 5 weeks, and it's a singer from New Orleans. Once I started recording and working on the songs, I was like, I got to be in a band with this guy. He's just an incredible singer-songwriter. He's got a very powerful, soulful voice, kind of like Ian Astbury,
nice.
Jim Morrison meets Scott Weiland. A lot of power in his voice. So the songs are really, really coming together, and we're just doing final mixes right now, and just my guitar tones, and the arrangements, and lots of different vocal melodies and harmonies. It's a little different sound, but creatively it's very exciting. So we're gonna put something together, and we've got some entertainment lawyers involved, and gonna shop it, and we're gonna see what happens. But the material is really strong, so I'm kind of on a creative high right now.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That stuck in my head and made me just like, shit, I can't wait to hear that.
Yeah.
Plus, you're working with a friend of mine, Jimmy DeAnda, right?
Yes. Jimmy really just really came in and kicked ass on this stuff, and he really, I was really impressed with Jimmy. I mean, I always knew he was a good drummer, but I didn't know he was like that good, and he just, played his ass off, and he had so many great ideas, while we were, doing pre-production on the songs, and he really helped shape these songs, with the different drum beats and just little, ideas he had, and I love it when you get that creative force, or you get that energy off somebody. It's an awesome thing.
Nice. I was very fortunate, and I met Jimmy D when he was filling in on a Jamie Lane tour.
Oh, okay.
And definitely meet and hang out, and talk about a lot of things. Great guy, great personal guy.
Great guy. Yeah.
Really cool dude. Solid drumming for Jamie Lane. Sounded kick-ass. And again, when I read that quote and saw that Jimmy D was working with you, I was like, this is a project that we've got to keep on the radar, and I'm definitely, gonna push when it comes out.
Yeah, for sure. So, I think Jimmy's going to be on board for the lineup, and just going to get another guitar player and bass player who are a little bit younger to kind of even out the ride, so to speak. And I'm excited to where this is going to go. So, going to raise the flag. Salutes. Nice.
Another thing that I wanted to talk about too is you've got a new company, right? Soundtrack Loops.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
That was I started working with them about 2 months ago, and it kind of opened up a whole new world for me as far as what that basically is a company that produces software packages for mixes, and they do stuff with TV and film, and mainly for stuff that you can software packages that you can purchase for whether it's hip hop music, or beat music, or just pop music, or all different genres they represent. So we did about 22 minute and a half to 2 minute guitar pieces. What's cool about that is it was very rewarding creativity wise, because what we did is I did all kinds of different styles for that. So one day go in and we'd do a couple of tracks that were like Eric Johnson sounding, or Stevie Ray Vaughan, or Brian Setzer, to, Eddie Van Halen, to Ritchie Blackmore. So it was always about, approach, technique, sound, as far as, amp-wise and guitar-wise. So that was really rewarding for me to, kind of map out these 2 little minute, pieces in different styles. You can purchase that package directly through soundtrackloops.com.
Nice. So let you show your different chops across the board.
Yeah, I did some cool, like, old kind of like Chicago blues type slide stuff, and the Brian Setzer stuff was great. I love his guitar playing.
Right.
And we did a few of those type of things, and what's cool about it is full rhythm patterns too with that. So, and you can go in and you can change the key, and you can slow them down or speed them up. So it's neat. And then just got picked up by another big company. So there's the whole world that I kind of got opened, made aware of. That there's lots of work for that type of stuff, and pretty good money in it too. So
nice, good for you.
Yeah.
I've been familiar with your work since Rocks Gang,
right,
back in the day, and carried on to one of my favorite bands, the LA Guns, and unfortunately I never got to see you live with that lineup, but the couple of records you did are awesome. They're mainstays in my play. What led to your walking away from LA Guns?
Well, it was a number of factors. I just got really burned out last year. The way we were touring was just becoming very, very grueling, and with so many flights, and getting in a cramped minivan and driving hundreds of miles. And I suffer from what's called sciatica, which is
Gotcha.
Nerve damage in the lower back that emulates throughout your leg. And it was just becoming really, really hard on my leg and my back, and I just wasn't enjoying it. And a lot of personal differences in direction and stuff, and my guitar playing was kind of going in a different direction, and that was kind of happening while we were recording the new album. And I was kind of becoming a little bit more progressive with my guitar playing, and I think that they wanted to take it back the opposite way and be a little bit more 70s linear, which is cool. But I've been there, done that kind of thing. So I thought it was just best for me, personally for me to move on, and they respected that, not to stay in something if I wasn't happy. So
Gotcha.
For both parties, out of respect for them and myself, I thought it was just time for me to move on. Yeah. But I was very, very grateful for the gig. It was a great. It was great. I always look back on that. It's a big part of my life, and a fantastic band. And I was really fortunate to be given the opportunity to replace Tracy. And it was all good, man.
Awesome. I always felt that your playing, you were kind of holding back a little, and that you had much more to give. And I'm glad to see that that's going to occur right now. And definitely gonna keep the word going, keep telling people that, you've always been, in my ears as one of my favorite guitar players.
Oh, thanks, bro.
And, that just kind of, natural progression for you to move on is awesome to hear.
Yeah, it's a weird thing, because I've spent a good 20 or 22 plus years being that guy who replaces the main guy, the original guy. And
right.
I just just after 22, you kind of burn me out of just playing other people's licks and stuff, I mean, as a musician, it's really, you gotta stay creative, and you gotta stay, fresh and stuff like that. And I think, as for me, I can only speak for myself. It's just, without having that outlet, to express myself, it's like you start kind of burning out, and then you start, becoming unhappy, and then that turns to resentment, and then next thing you know, it's just like, you have that bad split up or that divorce. And I didn't want it to get to that point, because it could have easily gone down that road, So
right.
But yeah,
There's a lot of that going on.
Yeah, that's just rock and roll. But I'm really happy where I'm at right now, and this new stuff that I'm doing is just very, very creative high right now. And I'm also doing a lot of other things too. I'm playing some acoustic shows with Robert Mason from Warrant.
Oh, nice.
Which is really exciting. He's just such a great guy and a fantastic singer. And I remember the first time I saw Robert with Warrant, it kind of gave me goosebumps on the back of my neck. So,
yeah.
I'm looking forward to doing.
We've done an interview with him, actually.
Yeah, really cool guy. Great singer. And
yeah.
Also playing with the Hard Rock All-Stars, which is Juan Cruchet from Rat and Jamie St. James and Pete Holmes from Black and Blue.
Nice.
So we have our first show April 20th near San Diego. So yeah, I've been keeping busy.
That's good to hear. Another point that I wanted to talk about too was your book. That was a great read. How did that come about? Writing a book. I mean, not everybody's written a book, and that's an awesome accomplishment. Good, very well put together, great read.
Thank you. It was it's funny because the book's been out for like 3, almost 4 years now, and people are still writing it. It's so weird to think like, when somebody finishes a book, I mean, the timeline is ending like kind of 2008, 2009, so to speak, and it's like so much has happened in my life since then. At that time I wrote it back in 2007. I had been reading a lot of rock autobiographies, and I thought to myself, I got a pretty good story to tell, and I just kind of got on the computer and on Microsoft Word, and I just started writing, and just it was like this floodgate that came over me, and next thing I know, it's like a year and a half later, it's like, well, I'm too ensconced in this thing now. I gotta release a book, So Rudy Sarzo actually helped me out with getting a publishing deal with a company called Book Surge, which is his initial. There's two I don't know if you've read Rudy's book Off the Rails, fantastic book.
I did.
There's 2 versions of that actually. There's a version that he put out through Book Surge, and then he got a bigger publishing deal, which is the book most people have. A lot of great people helped me out. A guy by the name of Scott McKenzie, who released a book last year called Power Chord. Really, really great book that features a lot of cool guitar players, including myself, not to boast. He helped me out, and a friend of mine, Brooke McKeag, was a fantastic artist, did all the layout and the artwork on the cover. So, it was a good chunk of work. It was certainly not an easy task. I mean, it was like a year and a half of my time putting into that. And of course, you really put yourself on a limb talking about your life and other people, and you
right.
piss some people off and crack a few eggs, but that's just you get to be prepared for that when you write about your life, and especially when you're in the rock scene and all of that stuff.
Very cool. That when I got the book, I actually read that sucker in like 2 days. I think it was. It was a good read. That one in Ed Mustaine's book, when Mustaine's came out, I actually read that in like a day and a half, 2 days too. So your book was a good read.
It's like, when do you stop? Oh, that's the thing. It's just like, when I kind of look back and go, I wish I waited a bit longer, but what I'm hoping to do is 6 months ago I actually re-edited the whole thing and wrote an additional 6 chapters, because just so much stuff has happened in the last few years, and so the idea is to republish the book, different artwork and a whole new layout, and so I'm hoping to get that done this year.
Cool. Yeah.
Got to do it. I keep saying, I got to do it. I got to just do it.
Yeah, projects end up stacking up. I kind of got that going on too. With a lot of different things.
Yes.
when the book comes out, dude, do let me know. I'll want to get it and read the updates on it. That'd be a cool
for
thing.
sure. Yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff in those new chapters.
Nice. What kind of music are you listening to now? What kind of new bands have been picking up your ears lately?
I started getting back into vinyl, and I actually got this. They make these record players now that you can convert vinyl to CDRs.
Right.
And so I bought one of these things, and so I really started having a lot of fun. There's a great place here in LA in Hollywood called Amoeba Records. Huge place, just amazing collection of vinyl records. Yes, So I just kind of going back into a lot of '70s stuff. I mean, I'm guilty. I've become that person that's like, I know nothing about new music, not a lot of new music. I'm just like, oh man, I've become that guy.
Right.
It's like, it's like people, hey, have you heard this? And I'm like, who? I'm guilty of that. I've been listening to a lot of Cars lately, and some '70s stuff, some bands that I grew up in Canada. There's a fantastic band called Max Webster from the '70s, which spawned Kim Mitchell, the singer, guitar player, who went on a huge successful solo career in the '80s. But Max Webster, a fantastic band from the '70s. All kinds of stuff. If you go through my iPod, I mean, there's everything from, Duran Duran to, Aerosmith to, a lot of Stone Temple Pilots. Of course, all the early '80s metal stuff, Wasp, and all that stuff. So kind of a wide variety of music. I listen to The Cure and stuff like that people wouldn't think, whoa,
nice, yeah.
You can't just listen to one style of music, I mean,
that's it. I got a funny story to relate. I also do an internet radio show every Tuesday night called Bleach Bangs Radio. Right. And we, last Tuesday, had Graham Russell from Air Supply on.
Oh, wow.
And it was a fantastic interview. It was kind of funny, we caught a little bit of grief up front. People like, oh, man, you guys are hard rock metal. You're going to have Air Supply on? But it was funny, a lot of the artists that I talked to about it, were like, dude, that's an awesome coup. And it turned out to be a stellar interview. And, I went back and listened to a lot of the old Air Supply music that I'd forgotten about. And that's some stellar songwriting right there.
Yeah.
And, their heart and soul is in that music. And those songs have become iconic. And the guy was so humble, you would not believe.
Wow, nice. I mean, good songs are good songs, whether it's pop or rock or hip-hop or, it's funny, they've been replaying a lot of the old In Living Color shows in the early '90s, and there was a guy, and I can't remember his name. He was like Sir Mix-a-Lot, was like one of those type of guys, but a newer guy back then, and and Flavor Flav was with him, and the song was so catchy and fantastic. It was a hip-hop song, but it was like, back then, early '90s, hip-hop was a lot more, rap was a lot more musical,
Right, exactly.
So, I love anything that's got, catchy hook or memorable chorus and stuff, whether it's pop, it's like, good music is good music. There's a lot of crappy music out there, too, though,
There is, but, like you said, that the true love of music comes through in people's work.
Yeah.
You can grow out, find, shake out the stuff that's just written for monetary gain, and you can find the stuff that's written from the heart.
Right. Yes.
That's an awesome thing.
Of course.
So, your new stuff. Well, when's that going to see light, do you think?
The mixes should be done in the next few weeks, and we're going to start shopping that with a few lawyers. So, and of course, but I do want to give people a little sneak peek. So whether that's done through, I guess, Reverb Nation or so forth. you know, the material's so good, it'd be a shame not to share at least a couple of tracks. So,
nice.
yeah, probably in the next month or so, you know, I'll be doing that. And yeah, I just kind of look at myself as like a free agent right now. You know, I've got a lot of my hands in a lot of different cookie jars, so to speak. So I'm kind of taking whatever comes my way. But yeah, you know, the guy, this Paul Christiana I'm working with from New Orleans is just you know, just a really, really fantastic performer and singer. So it's like, well, it'd be silly not to, you know, start something with him. So yeah,
very cool. Hey, pages, you know, I got a Facebook page for you.
Mm-hmm.
Facebook.com/Stacey Blades Music.
Yes.
You've got a website, www.staceybblades.com. You know, people need to check this out.
Yeah, it's all about social media now, isn't it?
Exactly, it is.
Yeah.
You know, that's, you know, you can stay up to date on everything everybody's doing at the time, which is a cool thing. I think it's a blessing and it's a curse at the same time.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
It's like a necessary evil, you know, because you make yourself so accessible to people, but at the same time, it's like you have to, you know, to make people aware, you know, and I think that's one thing that's hurt the music industry is like, you know, we lost that sense of mysticism, you know. It's just everybody's so attainable now, but I mean, that's just the way our society works now, isn't it? So.
Yep. I'm thinking back, you know, I'm 48, so I've been around the scene for quite a bit of time. I remember, you know, you grab the magazines looking for a blurb about, I'm a big Kiss fan, I've been a Kiss fan my whole life.
Right.
You know, you look for blurbs on when a new record was going to come out, and you run down to the record store on the new release day and just hope for, there's a record here, and you grab it and go home and smell the vinyl and throw it on, and you know, and you read every little bit. Now you know minute to minute up what people are doing.
I know.
And, you know,
it's crazy.
First or...
It's, the time, I mean, you just unfortunately have to roll with the times, but it was just such a great experience. It's like, you know, you pick up a Circus magazine or Hit Parader and you find out. And this was like, you know, the musicians then were like these, you know, demigods because they were like, you knew nothing about them really. You know, it wasn't like, you know, they had Facebook pages and like directly message these people. It's crazy to think about, like, you know, and it wasn't that long ago, you know, but
no, man, it wasn't.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Cool, man. Well, we've been talking to Stacey Blades. A lot of new stuff coming up. You know, a lot of great stuff behind him. Still checking out his stuff we did with LA Guns. You can dredge up some old rock skank stuff there. Still playing on that.
Yeah.
Brand new music coming out. Got some stellar people he's working with. I'm real excited to hear it. Any closing comments there, Stacey?
Just, you know, like I said, I keep very active with the Twitter and my website and the Facebook page. So, you know, always, you know, be sure to check out what I'm doing, and I always keep everything up to date and a lot of exciting new things to come.
Cool. I hope when that stuff comes out, we can have you back on and talk about it again.
Sure.
And, you know, count on us for any support, anything you needed, and we're here for you, buddy. We appreciate it.
James. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Stacey. We'll talk to you soon.
Yep. Take care, bro. All right.
All right, bye-bye.
Yeah.
All right, Stacey Blades on the Hellion Rocks. We'll see you next time.